Hi Cynthia, it's Teresa. I'm going to walk you through how to create your pages and get some of the content that you want to get on your web page. I've copied everything you sent me in the email onto my clipboard. The first time I didn't have your password and stuff right, so hopefully this time it'll log in. So I'm at your web page and I'm going to go ahead and click log in. And I don't want to remember. Yay, it's working. Think. Okay, so once you're here to this dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and hide this because you don't need all of this here. Okay, so you'll see that you've got 2 pages, 1 category, 0 tags, 0 posts. Posts are your blog. Okay, so if you have newsletter, things you want to update parents about, you'll create posts for that. So we're going to have to create a blog page. Pages are like your welcome page, your about page, any of the pages and the content that you wanted. And then category is how you'll organize your site. So maybe websites, helpful websites would be a category. And tags and categories are kind of the same thing, but it is all about how you want to organize your blog posts. So maybe one of your categories will be announcements, and every time you write a blog post that's an announcement, you'll type announcement in there. Or one category could be homework, and so on. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here and look at what your page is that you've got. I apologize, I think my internet's pretty slow. Okay, so I see you've created a couple pages. First, we want to have a welcome page. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And my internet is really slow tonight, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and paste in the content that you sent me. So on this page, I'm going to put under construction, quote, and science pick here. I see there's a few other things that you want to do. I'm going to show you how to do the embed videos if this theme allows us differently. Okay, so you'll see here, you've got it, so you've got text picked. If you pick visual, it'll actually show you what the content is going to look like. So you get the right fonts and different things like that. So if you want it centered, you can do that. If you want it bold, you can do that. If you want to increase your font size, I don't know if your theme is allowing that. Here we go. So right now it's at paragraph. If you want this to be a bigger font on your welcome page, and then you just pick heading 1, and that's going to be the largest, and it didn't change it. So let me go back and change that again. Okay. But you get the gist. So each of these headings is going to be a different font and a different style. So you can play with them to see which one you like and what you like the look of. You'll also see you've got some pretty quotes here, I think, that you can use for this page. So if you just click on that button, it'll make a pretty block quote for you, apparently. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Just kind of play with these tools, okay? Okay, so then down here, I'm not sure what all this related content is. I'm not going to worry about this. Okay, so this page, because it's your welcome page, you want this to be the very first page that your families see. And actually, I'm going to change this to your home page. So if you're looking at your web page across the top, this would be the very first one. So I don't want it to be a parent because a parent means that web page is going to link underneath another page, and you want this to be your main page. Template, you're just going to use the template that already exists. In the order for this, you want this to be your very first page. okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click Publish. Okay, now you can go ahead and we can view the page, okay? But I want to show you something about the images. So just like in KidBlog, if you want to post your picture that you find about science, you're going to just click Add Media, and you can have that information. You'll just upload that file, center it, all that kind of fun stuff, okay? And that's where that's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and close that, but you have to upload those files. Alright, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to take a look at what your page looks like. Okay, so we've got home. Alright, and you'll see there's nothing here on this main page yet, which means I'm going to have to do some customizing. So I'm going to go to Customize, because it means that welcome, that home page that I just created isn't set up to be the static main front page of your site. I'm going to have to come back to this page actually. But for my front page, so I want a static page here. If you want a quote, and you're going to then pick home. And then we don't have a blog page yet, so I'm going to have to save this and I'm going to have to come back and create that. So I'm going to do that first. And you'll see here it's got a chance for people to comment on your page. You might not want that, so I'm going to see if I can disable that for you as well. You'll see here under the Customize, you also have a choice for background color for your page. If you have an image that you want in the background, you can put one there. And then the tagline, you figured that out. I love it. It's perfect. That's really cool. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And I'm going to go back to edit for this page. And I'm going to see if I can disable comments, because you wouldn't really want comments on your front page. Okay. So usually that kind of information is at the bottom. So here, show likes, show sharing buttons. You might want that on your page. You can click it back if you decide you want it. And you'll see there isn't anything that says comments. So what I'm going to do is go up here to screen options and see how discussion, comments, slug, author, all that's not check marked. So I'm going to go check mark those, and now I can come down here and I can say aha. So here it's got the option for comments, and see where it says discussion. This is where you want to disallow comments if you don't want people to be able to comment on that page. So I'm going to go ahead and click update, because you probably don't want comments on your very main page. And then I'm going to go to add new. Here, I'm still in the pages. I've got the home page updated. So I'm going to add a new page, and this is going to be your blog page. And for the blog page, you don't want to put any content on it. But again, on your main blog page, you don't probably want comments, okay? You want them on your posts, but not on your comments. I'm going to go ahead, I want your blog page to be your very last page in that column, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 7 because I'm not sure exactly how many pages we're going to create. And then I'm going to click Publish. And then I'm going to go back to Customize, because remember how I have to adjust your page to make sure that the blog page links to the right thing. So I'm going to go back to front, and I'm going to pick post page, make it blog, and click save. So now, alright, saved. I can get out of here. I can go back to your main page, and voila. So no comments or anything down there. And now if I click on blog, you don't have any posts yet, but it'll show up on there. Okay. All right, so you've got an about page. All right, so this is kind of a default. I'm going to go ahead and edit this as well. And I'm going to go ahead and paste the content that you had in here. So what you foresee on your front page, we still need to come back to that embedding the video. I'm going to show you how to do that yet. Next page, internet safety. I think here you should have about Mrs. Smith page, or about Miss Smith. And then I'm going to cut all of this information out and just put, again, under construction, brief biography. And what I have found in research is that don't share everything, obviously, about your life, but if you can share pictures of your kids or if you have animals or something like that, it makes you seem a little bit more relatable to students, so that's a good thing, and you want to include that kind of information. You don't want comments and things like that to be on this page, though. Here, the author's you, but you might want to know, have the sharing buttons and likes. I'll leave them clicked here for now. You can go back and change those. And we want this to be your second page in the bar across the top. So I want to, even though it's that now, I want to make sure it stays like that. So I'm going to put 2 in, and then I'm going to hit update. Okay, and then we're going to go back up here to your dashboard. So we've got the About Mrs. Smith page. Now you've got your internet safety page. So I'm going to go through here, and maybe you can do this in a couple different ways. If internet safety is a topic that you could envision that you would want to put materials about out there often, you might want to make it a blog post instead of a page. It's going to be kind of up to you. But you've got this page where you say you're going to put your internet safety and activities. So I'm going to take that out. And remember, you're going to need 5 different resources or activities for your students. Here, I'm going to go ahead and disable your comments for you. You can add those back in. And we want this to be page number 3. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and add another new page. I'm going to paste in your content here again. Okay. Lessons. Okay, so if you have resources for lessons that you want to put, I would put, just name the page resources. Okay, and so here I'll put, again, under construction, lessons, activities, etc. Now, you can do a couple different things with this, okay? So, remember, this page doesn't have a parent. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. Oh, I wanted to get rid of the comments. Give me a second. Let me get rid of your comments on here. Okay. Let me republish this. So, say you're going to have multiple. So here, maybe you put a general thing about the different activities and resources you're going to include for your final project. Then I'm going to go ahead and click another new page. And this page is going to maybe be activity 1. You'll give it a better title, okay? And I'm going to put under construction again. Okay. If I go over here to template, or not template, parent, you'll see I can link this page to your resources. And then if I click publish, it's going to show up there underneath the resources. So let me take you there and show you that. Okay, so if I go to resources and I click activity 1, it's going to take me to that other page. So if you want to create separate pages for all of those, you can. You can see though I forgot to put in the number, so it went and it made it number 2. So I need to actually go to my resources page and edit it and make that number 4 instead of 0 because it pushed it forward. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and let you kind of mull this over, and then I'm going to show you something on the widgets. I'm going to make a different video for that though. I'm going to create another new page really fast. And paste in some of the content of what you still want to do. So you want a contact form. So we're going to put in contact me, and then we're going to add contact form here, and then this is what your form will look like. Okay, you will add new fields or add whatever you want to this, and then add this form to my post. So that's going to be how you adjust that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And I think, just as far as your activities, just make sure that you have 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and then I'm going to publish this. So this is going to be your 6th. And we don't want to have comments and stuff on it. I'm going to go ahead and publish this page. And then I'm going to do a second video that talks a little bit about the widgets so you can get a little bit of an idea of what you can do with that and how to embed those science videos you're interested in doing. So I'm going to go ahead back to your main page for you. And so you can see that's what we've got. So the area that I want to play with you next segment is this over here. Okay? And that's content that's going to be on all of your pages. Okay, so part 1, done.